Question everything. Contemplate. Sit there and think. Do not be afraid of taking time out of your day to sit and think. Thinking, using your brain to contemplate different dilemmas that you are dealing with, is the prerequisite to your success. It's part of your success. It is work. Thinking is work. Okay? Don't be afraid of sitting there and thinking, questioning things. Why am I putting this shit on my skin? Oh, skincare routine because this person told. Do I need... Contemplate shit. Do you need moisturizer? No. It's money making, right? Do you need to eat breakfast? Money... Question shit. I'm not going to go too deep into these political controversial topics, but just look at the world with an open mind and question everything that you see. Don't just blindly follow things. Take time to think about your dilemmas. You're struggling with something right now. You don't really know what decision to make. Maybe you're in a low patch. Maybe you're feeling lost in life. Maybe you're feeling sad. Maybe you're feeling scared about the future. Sit and think. Get a journal, get a pen and paper. Think about it. Take the lessons from it. Every single time you take a key lesson from these dark moments, write it down. Remember it. Solidify it in your brain. Do not be afraid of sitting there and thinking sometimes, okay? I literally take, I take hours out of my day sometimes to just sit and think. And maybe you can argue, yeah, but you've got the luxury to do that. Okay, whenever you have the time to sit and think, use it. Maybe when you commute into your 9-to-5 job, think. Use your brain, contemplate things. Think about the dilemma. All right, really solidify your values. Don't be afraid of that shit. This is literally how I've become the man that I am today. I sit and think. All of the values that I come and preach to you boys, I've sat and thought about for hours beforehand. The values that I said, so no social media, no porn, no video. These things that I live, these lifestyle habits, these weird lifestyle habits that I have that are very different to the average man. You know, I don't watch porn, I don't drink, I don't use social media, I don't masturbate. Like, a lot of guys will look at me and think, this guy's crazy. Why do you do this? Why do you take cold showers every morning? You know, why do you do these things to yourself? I've sat and thought about these things for hours, contemplated. You know, what would make me the best version of myself? What would make me a lesser version of myself? What makes me feel proud? What makes me feel ashamed of myself? I just sit and think. And I think you should sometimes take some time to have thinking time. Like how you meditate, right? You take time to meditate. You take time to basically reduce your thinking and remain present. Also, contrary to that, take time to think. Take time to allow your brain to just explore different thoughts, different avenues of thinking. Understand your mind. Understand how you can attract literally whatever you want using your mind, using mental imagery, using your imagination. Whatever you think, you'll oftentimes start noticing. If I start thinking negative thoughts, guess what? I'm going to start naturally just focusing on how bad my day's going, how bad everything is, how cold I am, how much pain I'm in, how my blisters are really hurting Naturally, I'm just going to start thinking more negative. I'm going to start attracting more negativity. Your mind is powerful like that. Take time to think. Make sure you're thinking in a good vibration. You're in a good flow, a positive flow. Your momentum is going up, not down, okay? This all comes down to your mind. If you are constantly go all the time, every single day, and you don't take time to think and assess where your mind is at, you're going to find yourself hit a brick wall very, very soon. You're going to find yourself stagnant, at a stalemate, not knowing what to do, feeling negative, feeling down, feeling in a slump consistently day after day, no motivation. You know why? Because you have now put yourself in a negative vibration because you've not taken time to think. One negative thought will lead to another and another and another, and you're just going to keep going down. You take time to think. Your addiction with porn. Okay, the reason why I think a lot of you guys are still struggling with this is because you've not solidified it in your brain that, this is something that I do not need to do. Why? Contemplate, think. Why do you not need to watch porn ever again for the rest of your life? That's quite a big commitment, isn't it? Especially for something that's quite addictive. Why do you need to cut that out and never ever watch it again? Solidify it. Sit there with a pen and paper. Write down why. It's negative. I don't feel confident. It doesn't make me feel good about myself. I don't feel proud when I look in the mirror. Right? Write this shit down. Solidify it in your brain. Cool, okay. I know that I can refer back to that if I ever feel the urge to watch it again. I can remind myself of those values. You know? Just the other day, I was sitting there for like 3 hours because I was in a low patch about my business, about coaching. I've briefly mentioned this before. My coaching prices used to be $100, okay? I've lowered them to now half price, $50 after this little thinking time session that I had. I sat there and thought, just literally thinked. I didn't do anything else. I just sat there and thought about this dilemma that I was going through of like, should I lower the price? Why did I set it at that price first of all? What made me do that? What made me, is it ego? You know, I just sit and think. I question everything. I dilemma. I study my mind. I study my thinking patterns. I study everything. I study the laws of the universe. I study my emotions. Just sit and think. Why did I set it at this price? Why am I not getting as many orders as I used to get? What could I be doing better? Is that a healthy mindset to have, or is it a negative one? Like, I just sit and think. Guess what? I came to a conclusion. Okay, I forgot about my target market. I wasn't thinking about the target market when I set those prices. I was thinking about my ego, where I think my value should be placed. I wasn't thinking about the boys that I'm actually selling it to, their income, their financial situation. I wasn't thinking about that. Cool, learn from it. Why? Why did I have that mindset in the first place? Ego. Or maybe it was, lack of wanting to work. I wanted to work as little hours as possible. Maybe it was that. Sit and think. Understand yourself. Understand why you do certain things. Understand why you think certain ways. Don't be afraid of doing that. You get the point, all right? Sit there, write down things, think over dilemmas. Don't be afraid of the shit. Don't just keep going on with the flow, because one day I'll figure it out. Just sit and think. You can figure it out today. Sit and think. Take this as a reminder. Whatever it is that you are struggling with mentally right now, just sit there and think. Ask yourself questions. Why am I thinking like this? How did I get into this? What can I do to get out of this? What is causing me to think this way? What is causing me to act on impulse like this? What is causing me to, naturally feel like I need to live this life over this life? Just sometimes just sit and think for hours. You'll find you come up with ideas. Creative flow starts kicking in. Things start coming to you that you didn't really think of before. You start to learn lessons that you can take with you for the rest of your life. Those down moments that you have, those periods where you feel very negative and lost, sit and think and embrace that negativity, because there is a lesson you can take from that. And when you take it, write it down. Write it down, don't forget it. Solidify it in your brain, understand it. Take that valuable life lesson that the universe is trying to teach you and crack on. That period where I was feeling lost, where I was feeling low when it comes to my business, because I was thinking to myself these negative thoughts like, I'm failing, maybe I'm not cut out for this, maybe it's not good. I just sat and thought, right, what is it? How can I improve this? How can I do better? Cool, lowered the price. Guess what? Instantly, literally the next day, I got more orders than I've got in an entire month, straight away. It's like that was almost confirmation from the universe that, that's what you need to do. You need to learn that lesson of ego. You need to learn the lesson of business, of target market. You needed to learn that lesson. But I would have only learned that lesson if I sat there and thought about it. If I sat there and delved deep into that low moment, into that negativity, and taken the life lesson from it. And guess what? It paid off. And now I've learned a valuable life lesson that I can teach to you boys, that I can take with me and reap the rewards from. Do you understand? Take time to think, contemplate, question everything. Don't just blindly follow. Get me? Cool. Coaching's down below in the description. See you soon, G. Bam.